COVID year 2020 when he introduced us. Basically, he created the filthy meter, Nomar, and in some ways tonight, he brought it back.
He really did. I mean, we're talking about the movement on his pitches, talking about the emotion, controlling the emotions, and channeling it into his pitching performance. We're going to go to the K-zone, and we're going to go see, how it started off, how he was going out there attacking hitters, how he was getting the strikeouts. Here it is in the very first inning. There's a 3-2. There's the sinker, the movement, getting the first strikeout, and man, there's the breaking ball. Where it started, I know you can break down the spin rate, but listen, we're going to bring the filthy meter back.
Yes, it's back.
We have to bring it back whenever we see Dustin May, because that was filthy. So was that one. As a hitter, you're going, really? You can backdoor it, and then you climb the ladder with that fastball, because I'm looking down. That pitch, that was just perfect. That really also was in the filthy meter, because that was filthy. That's when you go back and you look at it and you're going, really? Was that a strike? Because you're questioning the umpire, and then you're like, oh my gosh, that really was. Where it started and where it ended, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm looking at Austin Riley, who is an incredible player. He made a great play at third base tonight as well. Just looking ahead, his at-bats the last couple nights, Glass now, and then obviously Dustin May. I mean, he's faced some elite stuff tonight. I don't feel sorry for him.
No.
But I remember being in the big leagues when guys were on, and it's not fun.
Dodgers get the win 3-1. They're now 7-0 on the season. Let's head back inside and hear from the skipper, Dave Roberts, with the media.
Dave, I know we've been talking a lot about just how special today was going to be for Dustin, but to see how his stuff played with his return, just what really stood out to you about his performance?
What really stood out is I just think the stuff tonight was really good. Filled with the strike zone, the sinker, the slider, the pace of the rhythm of the game for him. Really managed his emotions really well. I thought there was going to be a lot more anxiousness, nerves that might reflect some pitch execution, but he bottled it up really well, and just really happy to see him get a win and complete 5 innings, and even still, wanting for more, which is a good sign.
And you talked pregame about the perspective you probably got from the last 2 years. Is that kind of how you see it on the field? It's just him being in control of his emotions, not overthrowing pitches, kind of having a slightly different demeanor? I think so.
All these guys try to be great and try to be perfect, but I think at some point, you just got to go out there and compete. And I think that he's not really striving for perfection. He's out there certainly being grateful that he has an opportunity to pitch and be healthy. But then he's not as hard on himself as I recall, in years past, where he's just kind of gets to the next pitch a lot better. I just told him to enjoy this win this night. He pitched a heck of a ball game, and I want him wanting for more, and just congratulate him on a great outing.
162-0 is still out there for you.
Still on the table. I still got the under, but we're getting big hits and we're pitching really well. That's the key. Is we're really pitching well and getting timely hits. And Mookie's hit was huge. And Sale, anytime you got him, man, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a grind. And he was trying to be their stopper and was dominant. And Mookie just took a really good swing on a tough pitch and handed it off to the pen, and saw what happened. But yeah, it was just another good team win.
The champions got off to a better start than you guys have ever. How difficult is that to start on 7-0 with all distractions and everything that sort of comes with being a champion?
It's certainly not easy. Expectations going across continents. Obviously, the hoopla with opening week. Playing 2 really good ball clubs, 2 Cy Young winners. So all that stuff, it's tough to win, a handful of ball games, let alone win all of them. So I think we just do a really good job of just kind of resetting and getting ready for the next day. And we got Elder tomorrow. We got Snell going, and I expect Blake to throw the baseball really well tomorrow.
Mookie, you've had 3 home runs on this season. All 3 of them have been go-ahead home runs. When you think about that at bat against Chris Sale, he was cruising through this one. How did you get to him?
I was just ready to hit. I mean, he was throwing a lot of strikes. And, I mean, he's pitching really well. I mean, there was nothing else I can really do but be ready to swing.
Yeah, it's just a close game. When you think about just earlier in the game, the defensive mishap, to come back to get that go-ahead home run, did it make it feel any sweeter for you?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, I'm still beating myself up about that because that can't happen. And so I'm glad I was able to make up for it, but you better believe I'll be working on that same play tomorrow.
This game was also about Dustin May making his return to the mound. When you saw what he was able to do, his efficiency, what stood out about his performance to you?
I mean, everything. I mean, he was in the zone, got himself out of trouble a couple times. He really just did a great job, and especially with his first time pitching in so long. There were some emotions out there, and you felt it. And I'm just glad he pitched well.
You guys are continuing to be undefeated, 7-0 on this season. That ties a record for most wins. Just coming off of winning the World Series, the tone you guys have set this early in the season. What does it say about this group?
I think it's more just the culture we created here. It's a winning culture, and we look up, we're 7-0, but I mean, nobody in here really cares. We're just focused on the game tomorrow, and we're gonna find a way to win tomorrow. And the record will be the record. We're not gonna worry about that.
Well, congratulations on this one tonight, Mookie.
Thank you.
All right, there's Mookie Betts keeping it in perspective about each of these wins. And yes, a donning of the cap to the fans and probably his family as
Dustin, I know that this was a special day. You had been, I have to imagine, kind of counting down for this day to come. Just how did it feel to go out there, hear walk-up music, be on that mound, and just be pitching back in a big league game?
Well, to start off, they started with the wrong walkout song, so that kind of pissed me off to start the game. But it's okay. It ended up being a good start, so can't complain about it. But there was definitely a lot of emotions that got let out after the first hitter in the first inning. Definitely, like I said, after my first outing in spring training, it was a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. It was just super, super great to be back out there.
Just seeing how your stuff played, though, just how rewarding was it to see all the hard work that you have been doing to make sure you're in a good spot and to see it really playing out?
I mean, it means the world. Knowing that my stuff still plays, I mean, I thought I could strike a lot of guys out of my bullpens that I've been throwing because I've thrown a lot of them. But it was good to see actually get big league hitters out in a big league game.
What can you say about the team, the effort they did towards the end? Mookie with that big.
Yeah, I mean, it was huge. I mean, we're never out of it. I mean, especially with the hitters that we got. I mean, we can go score 10 runs in one inning. I mean, we're a very, very talented team.
What song should they have been playing?
We're going to have to wait for the next one, I guess.
How fun was it? It looked like it was just fun out there for you. How would you describe that?
Yeah, I mean, even if it would have went bad, I mean, I still would have been having a good time just being back on a big league mound. I mean, it literally meant the world to me just to be back out on the mound because about 8 months ago, I didn't know if I would be.
And did you hear the fans welcoming you back? And
Yeah, that was felt great. Felt really good.
How at different points of the recovery process, did this just kind of feel really far away, the idea of being back in a big league game and kind of getting past everything that you did go through over the last kind of 2 years, and what did that just kind of feel like when she did get back out there, knowing everything that went into getting back on the mound?
I mean, it didn't really feel super long because I was so close before my esophagus. I was less than a month away from being back at that time, so I felt like I was really close. And then after the esophagus thing happened, it was just total reset. There's nothing even I can do at the moment. So playing baseball was at the very back of my mind at the moment. I was just trying to get healthy, get home, and be able to see the next morning. So
what's going through your head just sort of coming off the mound in the first inning, and something you also took a moment to yourself in the dugout there? So what was sort of going through your head during those moments?
Just kind of a release of emotions. Just knowing that everything that I've been through in the last 2 years, it was just, like I said, a huge weight lifted off my shoulders, and it was like I could just kind of relax. I've got my footing, and now we go.
A couple times you seem to close your eyes and kind of look up at the sky, where you just kind of feeling thankful.
Yeah, I was thanking the Lord for the opportunity to be back, and there's been a lot of praying and a lot of devotion to Him in the last 2 years of my life, and I attribute all of my success to Him.
The team never stops, undefeated. It's unbelievable. What can you say about it?
Like I said, we're never out of the fight. Even if we're down, if we're up, we're always going to go out and put our best foot forward.
You talked about like getting a new perspective after all of this. Like, what are kind of the ways you feel like that manifested tonight? Is just kind of maybe staying a little kind of calmer and control in different moments, or just kind of how did you feel different on the mound from
Yeah,
last time you were here?
I used to like let my emotions kind of get the best of me. Like every pitch, like everything would be like super high or super low. I mean, just being able to stay a little bit more level-headed throughout life in general has been one of my biggest things in the last probably 6 months. Is just trying to live in the moment. Everything is going to be okay no matter what happens. So just looking at the positive side of things.
Were the emotions like anything that you could compare them to, whether it was, Major League debut, things like that?
Completely different and like way more heavy. It was the debut, the World Series, and all that stuff is kind of not expected, but like you're there in the moment and like everything is like going on, it's coming, and like this, it's like I didn't know if I was going to come back, so it was a huge like sigh of relief.
How did you think the actual stuff played once you got into the start for attacking guys?
Oh, I mean, it was good. I mean, that's the best that I've felt, like mechanical wise, and